What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I bring to you one of the most livest NFL draft series on the entire internet. We not only watch highlights, we bring the actual players on the show where we get them to not only share their story, but we get to know the man underneath the helmet. And I have a guy who puts on the helmet with pride, a guy who is going to run over possibly your favorite defender in next year's NFL season. I got a guy at one point in time, he was the best running back in America. Guys, this dude in high school, one time he had 7 touchdowns in one game. That is insane. That's when you put Madden on all rookie mode and you just beat a team that you hate with all your heart. But he did it in real life. And he's not a game and he's not anybody to be played with. This guy finished his final year at Georgia Southern, okay? Finished it with 13 touchdowns in his final year. This guy is a dog, D-A-W-G. And today we're going to get to know the man beneath the helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take and welcome 2025 NFL Draft prospect, Jalen White, Georgia Southern. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey, blessed to have you on, man. Super happy to have you on. Bro, congrats on a long college football career. Lots of success, lots of memories created, and man, congratulations on everything. How's this whole process
Yes,
been for
sir.
you,
Thank
man?
you. Yeah, the process has been good. It's been exciting, honestly. It's a lot, but it's a blessing, just to be in this position. To even have a chance, go through this process. Have a pro day, and just to, have a lot of expectations about what's to hold in the future.
I love it, man. Love it. Dude, take us from the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game of football?
Yeah, so I first fell in love with the game of football when I was like really young, maybe 2, 3, 4 years old. Like when I was growing up, my dad we used to always watch football on the couch on Sundays, and then when I was like 4 or 5, they signed me up for flag football, and then from there it just took off. I just knew I loved running the ball. I just loved being on the football field and everything like that. And then as I turned 7, that's when I started playing tackle football, and then from there the rest is history. I always knew from a young age that I wanted to grow up and play in the NFL. Be able to take care of my family and just play the game that I love. And so just to be at this point now, like looking back, everything that we've been through to get here is just it's just an amazing feeling. It's truly a blessing.
That's awesome, man. Who are some people? Because obviously it's been a long journey for you. Who are some people who have helped you to get to where you are today?
Yes, sir. So of course it's my mom and dad. They played a huge part in like shaping me into the man that I am today. And they made a lot of sacrifices. Sometimes we had to move. Like my parents been in the military, so a lot of times we had to move and stuff. But as I got older, my dad was real probably he'll get stationed somewhere else. He'll allow me to stay where I'm at, so I can continue like my success where I'm at with football. And then of course, my brother too. I have an older brother, and when you have an older brother, you're always competing against each other. So like competing with my brother, it just made me, always have that level of competitiveness to try to win, to try to be better. And then, of course, all my coaches throughout my career, allowed me to put my brain up with knowledge, uh, you know, critique my game any way they can just to help me be a better player.
I love that, and I thank your dad for your dad and mother for their service, man.
So,
What
thanks,
branch was your dad in?
sir.
Oh, what branch? The military was your
Yeah,
dad in?
he was in the army. Yes, sir. He was in the army. Made for CW5.
Nice. So where all did you live? Because man, my dad was in the Navy, so I moved around all over the
Hmm.
place, man.
Yeah.
Where all were you at?
So I was born in Kansas, and like my dad was already in the military for probably a good 5, 10 years, somewhere around there. And so after that, we went to Europe. I lived in Germany. I lived in Italy. And then we came back and lived in Louisiana for about 3 years. And then we lived in Georgia for about 4. And then I moved to Alabama, and that's where I stayed at from 7th grade till I graduated. And then my dad retired 2 years ago now, 2, I believe now. And I've been at Georgia Southern for the past 5 years. And so that's where I'm at now. And I'm just telling Nashville, trying to get right for the pro day.
That's awesome, man. Did you ever play any high school ball or middle school ball while you were overseas?
No, no, no. So I was really young when I like, was overseas. So I was like 4, 4 was probably the oldest I was overseas before we came back to the states. Because I think we moved back to like the states in like 2007. So I think I was going out to my 5.
Man, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. No,
Years.
thank you for sharing that with me, man. And growing up, man, like, did you always play running back? Did you play any other positions or?
Yeah, I usually always played running back. There was a few years I played quarterback. you know how it is growing up when when you're athletic, you're probably the fast on the team. You know, quarterback get the ball in your hands, you can do like veer, fake, options just to get you the ball in your hands and everything. But usually that's what it is. And of course, I played defense. I always played both sides of the ball growing up. Either I was a safety, lineman, backer. Just a position where I get to stay around the ball, make some tackles.
That's awesome, man. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah,
Hmm.
playing both sides of the ball, it helps you to have more knowledge
Nah, for real.
on the other side of the ball, and ultimately helps you be a better running back too when you have that.
Yeah, build up that physicality. You ain't afraid of contact.
Exactly. And I could tell that by your running style, man. Your running style is brutal, bro. I love it, man. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
appreciate
watching.
that. Yeah, I try to pride myself on just being hard to tackle. I like to wear defenses down, and by the end of the game, it's over with. I know that the other team's tired. Nobody really want to make contact with me, so that's what I pride myself on.
That's awesome, man. What goes into is that just like a mentality thing? Do you have training that helps you get better at that, or?
Yeah, a lot of it is mentality because it's the running
Mhm.
back position, man. You gotta, I feel like you gotta have a different mindset. You gotta be a little crazy, I might say, because every time you get the ball, it's 11 guys who's trying to take you down, and you gotta run through that box. You get to the D line, you got backs to worry about. You got a safety trying to screen down and knock you on your butt or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a mentality, and of course, the training that goes into it too. You got to take it really serious in the weight room. You just can't. It's not everywhere you mess around. You got to take it. You definitely got to take it serious.
I love it, man. Any players that perhaps you model your game after a little bit, or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and it's crazy. So when I get asked that question, I can't never give you one player because I try to look at everybody's run
Yeah,
style, emulate them, and then also compare it to my body. So me, I'm a taller back, so I tend to look at guys, who sit in that range from 5'10" to 6'1". So a guy like Derrick Henry, Saquon, Zeke
yeah,
Elliott, bigger guys, Joe Mixon, guys who got a physical run style, and then I like guys like Le'Veon Bell back in the day. I try to take away from their patience. How they set up their blocks, how they got through the line. It's just little things like that. I try to take it away from their game and then add it to mine.
love that, love that. Yeah, because like when I watch you run, it's like you're running like you're 5'8", but you're not. I read online you're like 6'1", 225. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm around there. Yeah.
Man, that's like you get really, really low is what I meant to say. So like,
Yes, sir.
oh, you're
Yeah.
5'8", and I go online, I'm like, oh, he's real big, and then I watch the tape again, and I see it completely different, man. So
Hmm.
that's
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
with my paddle, that's something I really try to work on over the year because just like in my younger days of playing football, because I'm so tall, I sometimes get up right, but man, you take a few good hits to the ribs over time from the back, you start to learn. So you try to be more consistent, having the forward lean, bending at the knees, and just being physical at the point of contact.
yeah. I love that, man. Before we start recording, you mentioned you're at X3 over in Nashville. Walk me through the training, man, and how all that's all going.
Yeah, yeah, man, I love it here. I love the process we got going up here. We got Coop, we got Dre, we got Radier, Jesse. He's our chef, and I just like the process that they give us too. It's a really good routine, and every day I wake up, you're gonna eat your breakfast for sure. You can't do anything without eating your breakfast. Even if you happen to be
Yeah,
late, you gotta eat breakfast. And then I just like how they incorporate the speed into our workouts, like the speed training. And then we also lift, but also have certain days out the week we have position work with your position group. And I just think I think they're doing it. They do an exceptional job of what they do. And on top of that, they also have you know a training room, like a rehab facility, so to take care of your body, any knacks you got from the season before, or
yeah.
if your back gets tight, go get some cupping. And we also do massages, so the whole process has been good. And then they supply us with 3 meals a day, so yeah, it's something I fell in love with. You really can't complain about it.
I love it, man. Your pro day, that's next month in March, right?
Yes, sir. March 10th.
Oh man, that's right around the corner. We got yeah, 20 days away, man.
Yes, sir. 20 days away.
Oh, you are dialed in, I bet, man. Talk
Yeah.
to me about some obviously there's gonna be benches, there's the vertical, there's different cone drills, of course, the 40 time.
Hmm.
Talk to me about what are some of your goals and you hope to really get across to NFL scouts that are there.
My biggest thing is probably my 40 for sure because I got feedback, worried about long speed, what's the speed, all that nature. So I think my 40 is my what I'm most excited for. And I think I'm gonna run a really good time just to show that I can move, I can get up out of there. And, I think that's gonna be huge. And then things like bench, I mean, I'm strong. I'm gonna give you that 20 plus. So I'm just excited. I'm just ready to go. I'm glad it's March 10th and not later in the month. So like, as soon as I get done up here, like, I leave next week from up here, and so I only got like a week left, and I can just get straight to it.
All business, all
Yes,
business.
sir.
I love it. I love it, man. That's awesome. If you had to guess your vert, or what do you think your vert's at roughly?
It's about like a 34, 35, 36 around that range. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Awesome, man. Very cool, man. Well, man, walk me through, man. What are some of your favorite schemes when you're playing running back, man? Are there specific offenses that you feel that would make your skills pop more? Or?
Yeah, so like really the offense that I was in the last three seasons at Southern, we had introduced the spread. We was triple option for the longest time, and so we introduced an air raid offense with a run game. I came to like it a lot because one, it allowed me to critique my skills as a running back, like
Yeah,
start to understand pass protection, understand how to read defenses, and be able to catch the ball out the backfield. Because with triple option, there's really just a lot of dive, make it this little screen to a receiver. It's just not as much like diversity in your game and stuff. So
yeah,
since in the last 3 years that I was able to rack up catches. I was able to show that I could block and pass protection, and then the different run schemes, whether it's gap schemes or whether it's zone. It's just I feel like it's taking my game to the next level.
I love that. Love that, man. Do you, when it comes to offenses, what are some NFL teams? Well, really, I see the way you play. I could see you on any team. That's just me. I could see you on any team. Do you have any teams where, like, man, I really love the way that running back is used? Do you see yourself being in their
Yeah,
position?
I mean, I feel like it's hard not to say Saquon Barkley off real because like of what he done this year, and then the Eagles have an exceptional O line, but like you said, I really feel like I could thrive in any offense. I just feel like I got a physical running style. I feel like it translates very well to the next level, and I could just do about anything that you need me to do. Like if you need me to stick my nose in there and stop the linebacker from blitzing or gives you a chip on the DN, I mean, I could do it for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really feel like I can fit in any offense.
I love that, man. If we could go back to your college football career, man, 13 touchdowns. That's a
Mhm.
lot, bro. That's a lot. That's most than probably 95% of the running backs in college football. You had a monster year, man.
Yes,
What
sir.
made this last season different than past college football seasons?
Uh, just our biggest thing this year was finishing drives with touchdowns and not field goals. And I think that showed up on like on a sheet when it comes to our record and like how we finish games. 'Cause, like in seasons past, there was a lot of times where we could get a drive going and then boom, we have to settle for a field goal or we leave with no points. But this year it was like so much emphasis on finishing the drive, getting points out of it. And as a running back, when you get that opportunity, you gotta find a way to get in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love that, man. What is it about your leadership that you feel that will mesh well in an NFL locker room?
Uh, I just think that I like when it's time to work. I feel like I can raise the bar for everybody in the locker room, even in the position group. I mean, like I feel like I set a good example. You don't got to worry about me not carrying the load. Leading setting the example basically. And I feel like just my demeanor, guys will see that, and then it'll the guys will follow through.
Love it, man. What's a few things that can keep you hungry, man, that keep you going?
The thing that keep me going, of course, is my daughter, man. She's 5 right now. She's in kindergarten. I just want to be able to provide a life that she won't ever have to want, won't ever have to worry. And, even on the days where I don't feel like getting out of bed or, feel like working out or feeling like going running, I just think about my daughter, man. It just keeps me going. It just keeps me going. And then another thing is I just have a fear of being average. Like, I don't want to be regular or just like anybody else. I want to be different. And so that's another thing that just keeps me going.
I love that, man. Can you elaborate more on that chip on your shoulder and what's the root cause of that chip on your shoulder?
Yeah, just having a TV show because like I just expect a lot out of myself, and like I don't want to be average. And then a lot of times throughout my life, I felt like I was overlooked or I didn't get the recognition that I possibly could have had or deserved and everything. And I don't feel entitled to anything, but like, I know my skill set, I know what I'm capable of, and so there's been times where I feel like the recognition didn't reciprocate the work that I put into it, and so just going through all that in my life, it just keeps me going, wants me to just keep being better and better and to prove people wrong.
Love that, man. All right. I love doing this. Probably one of my favorite questions in this interview today. The 2-minute drill. Coach says, hey, obviously you're not quarterback, but you're going to have to put the team on your back. Other people ain't holding up the end of the bargain, man. If you had to choose maybe 2 to 4 plays, 5 plays, 3 plays, or whatever, give me a few plays that you feel that would help to bring your team to the promised land, the touchdown. 2 minutes left on the clock. What are some plays that you like for yourself, man?
2 minutes. You said for myself?
Yeah.
For the
And
team on
coach is
back?
telling you,
Okay.
like, hey, Jalen,
I'm
you're
glad
getting the
you asked
ball.
this question. Y'all should go watch App State last drive. But yeah. So I would say power for sure. I would say any type of zone scheme where I can have a tight end stealing off the backside, depending on how the defense likes to play off the ends, they like squeeze or anything.
Mhm.
But I would also say GT count. I think those three plays right there,
Okay.
especially like if it's 2 minutes in the game when the defense tired and like they worn down already. Oh yeah, for sure. I think those three plays right there, I'll definitely take it to the crib.
I love it. I love it, man. That's awesome.
Yes,
That is
sir.
awesome. And with that breakaway speed, man, I mean, you're probably like around like a 4.4 roughly in your
Yes,
speed.
sir. Yeah. At our we just had a mock pro day the other day at X3, and
Uh-huh.
hand time I had hit a 4.4, and then later a 4.51. So I can't wait for pro day, so I can get a little lower, and then go from there.
Woo, I love it. I love it. And it's coming, man. Four
Yes,
four
sir.
at 6'1", 225. That's a whole lot of man to stop. So
It is. It is.
I love it, man. What's something that you want NFL teams, NFL scouts, they're trying to dig and get information on you, man? What's something you want them to know about you that they may not know already?
What they don't know about me, it's just simple things. Just my work ethic. Cause like, there's no true way they can know who I am as a person and my work ethic because they haven't been around me and everything. But that's one thing I want them to know. Like, I'm going to always ask questions. I'm going to always ask you how I can get on the field. How can I incorporate myself in the special teams?
Yeah.
All the things like that. Just to give myself more opportunities to help the team. As I'm a selfish player, and then I just try to strive to be the best person I can be every day and do whatever I can to help the team.
Love that, man. And then last question of the day, man. What do you want your legacy to be when it's all said and done?
When it's all said and done, I want people to be like people who've known me my whole life. I want them to be able to say, "Dang, that kid was a product of work." They seen the whole process. They seen the hours that I put into it, and that they knew that I had a dream. And I was able to accomplish it and achieve it, and that hopefully I could be an inspiration to somebody else. I come from a small city, being in Belleville, and like hopefully I can inspire a young kid like who's having it rough, trying to get looks and things like that. That it's possible, and that you can do it, and through hard work and dedication, everything, anything is possible. And so I don't want to sound cliche, but it's the truth. It's like I just want to leave a mark on somebody, imprint on somebody, and so that they know they could do it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially a second day. You'll be leaving lots of marks on them come next
Yes,
season.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. Now that's beautiful, man. I think a lot of people just watch the game blindly. They just think, oh, it's just a game, it's just a game. It's
Oh
so much
no,
more
it
than a
ain't just a
game.
game, man. It's a lot of emotion, and a lot of love put into it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like you could tell that you're really truly a student of the game. You love the game, and man,
Hmm.
it's gonna take you really, really far, man.
Yes,
So,
sir.
man, keep up the great work, man.
Yes,
And
sir. I will.
be beyond excited for you, man. And ladies and gentlemen watching this interview, y'all comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel and what team do you want to see him on. Will be your team, someone else's team? Comment below. And yeah, man, before you go, man, any shout outs?
Uh, I want to shout out my boys back at Georgia Southern, man. Y'all boys keep working. I want y'all boys to get that conference championship, man. And and to the fam, I love y'all, and I'm still working.
Love it, man. We'll see y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith with another classic interview, man. Catch
Yes,
y'all next
sir.
time. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.